the the AFC West, the Denver Broncos, Kansas City Chiefs, LA Chargers, and Vegas Raiders. That when we saw those guys play, Bleacher Report gave them A- for the Broncos, B for the Chiefs, C+ for the Chargers, and C- for the Raiders as far as their draft grade. What were initial thoughts on that division?
Bullshit. Stuff. We don't need the explicit yet. But looking at this report pissed me off. I mean, C+, I feel like the Chargers, of course I'm biased, but I think they should at least be a B- at the lowest. They picked up their quarterback of the future. Like, that's not worth more than a C+. They made, a decent pickup at running back, which, will take some of the reps from Austin Eckler, keep him healthy. We got, a good receiver at the end there. I don't know. I feel like C+ is, not to mention this damn linebacker that we gave up 2 picks for or whatever. Like, he's good. Like, I still feel some type of way about it. Giving up, both the second and the third to get him, but it is what it is. I still think it's worth more than a C+ grade, though.
I don't know how the Chiefs graded above, like, the Chargers. So, Chargers get, like you said, quarterback of the future and a starting linebacker immediately. Basically swapped and gave a third-round pick, which is not terrible. Chiefs picked up a luxury running back who's going to split reps in the first round. And, I'm not, following the Chiefs all the way through their whole draft. But that can't be better. Yeah, their whole draft there. And then the Broncos, though, had they got A-? But they did the same thing the Raiders did. Loaded up receivers. And we're giving one an A-, one a C-.
But I think the nature of the picks kind of were different for the Broncos and the Raiders. I think the Broncos kind of lucked into getting guys that fell, so they got the benefit of the doubt, whereas the Raiders selected guys maybe a little bit ahead of their, projected draft positions. I mean, if you're looking at Henry Ruggs versus Jerry Jeudy, it depends on who you think is the better prospect, but if you think that Jeudy is better, the team that got him after Ruggs is going to benefit from that. So.
Right, but every mock had them 2 spots apart, 3 spots apart. So It's not like it was Jalen Reagor versus Jerry Jeudy.
Right.
Like, they were high up on everyone's boards.
So I got the players for Kansas City. They had picks in the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 7th. So notables were Clyde Edwards-Helaire. They took Willie Gay in the 2nd round, a linebacker who was probably, 2nd to 4th round pick, depending on who you talk to. He had a couple of off the field kind of things, but athletic guy. Lucas Niang, day 2 type of tackle. Ladarius Sneed to play in the secondary. And then they had a couple of filler guys to hit some needs. Nothing screamed
immediate starter. Like, who's going to start right away for them?
Edwards-Helaire maybe, Niang maybe, Gay Jr. maybe. I think that those guys are all better cased as, I'm going to be a rotational piece, maybe a starter, but none of those guys are impact right away.
Chargers drafted a starting linebacker. Mm-hmm. He's going to start for them. They traded up to get him, and they got a quarterback of the future.
I think I'm just looking at their picks. I have no idea why. I still think a C+ is low considering the first 2 people they picked up, but. They did after that, they picked up a running back, but then they only had 3 more picks, and they picked up 2 wide receivers and a safety.
And KJ Hill is kind of a steal at the position that they got him.
7th round?
But
I don't know. These grades are whack, though.
Yeah.
We looked at these, and no one's gonna just flat out give an F.
Yeah.
That's kind of disrespectful. So like when you look at some of that,
Well, I was talking to Zay and about his Raiders, and he was happy with some of the selections that they made. I mean, they definitely got faster. They definitely got more versatile. There were a couple of picks that may not have been the most advised. I mean, you already have receiver depth, and then you go out and get more of them. But I mean, you're trying to do what you can to give Derek Carr weapons. So I mean.
Whatever you can do to ruin Lynn Bowden.
I mean, we probably would have liked to see him go to a place where he would have a better role, but
or just announce him as a receiver.
Yeah, I mean, hey, maybe he plays some running back. I don't know. I know how Jamar feels about Josh Jacobs getting his passing game work taken by.
He can go somewhere else.
So what do you guys think about grade wise? Broncos A-. Are we amending that for our own sakes? What do we think? Higher or lower?
Too high. A- is.
It takes a lot to get an A. Like there's way too many A's on this draft grade sheet.
Yeah.
So
we're gonna change some of these. We
but when the lowest
profile grades,
ultimately we'll see who got a D from them. Like that's a high grade for them too.
Oh,
so
yeah.
like the actual grading scale is probably not all that.
So you add a minus to everything, bump everything down one. So let's say B+ for Denver. Kansas City's a B, higher or lower?
I would probably put them a little lower.
All right,
They get that C.
but they didn't need anything either, so it's kind of like
Yeah.
I'd
We'll talk
leave
about it
them
with
at
this
that
next
B,
division.
B-.
All right, and then I gave the Chargers B- instead of a C+, and
It's probably closer than it should be.
and I think the Raiders can get a C instead of a
The
C-.
Raiders got more starters than teams out there.
Yeah. Okay.